I was having lunch with a visiting delegation from Finland. Everybody remembers where they were on 9/11. And then somebody rushed in to say that a plane had hit one of the towers of the World Trade Center.
I frankly thought accident, storm. I imagine a small plane.
We had just flown over New York a few hours before. It was a beautiful, clear blue sky morning. We thought, how could this possibly happen?
I went to my office first, which was deserted. There was one of my senior military action officers, an Italian captain, in full dress uniform, sitting at his desk.
I intended to give my solidarity to America, which so many times in the last century intervened in support of our countries.
So that set the tone, if you will, for that whole day that followed. A woman who I never met came up to me and gave me a note that said, "We are with you today."
Within 24 hours, the Council took a decision which was the first time in the long history of alliance.
The Council agreed that if it is determined that this attack was directed from abroad against the United States, it shall be regarded as an action covered by Article 5 of the Washington Treaty.
I think that's a very positive signal for the alliance. It's not just rhetoric, we are prepared to actually do it when we are in that situation where we need to defend ourselves.
This was something absolutely dramatically historic. This had never happened before in the history of this huge and important alliance, and you began to get that sense.
We wondered about how we could mark, how we could commemorate some of the key historical points in the long history of the alliance. And we thought, well, what about something, an artifact of some sort that came from the Twin Towers?
Actually, the skeletal remains of the trade centers have gone far and wide in the world to be used for memorials. But this is really a particularly significant instance of that because I think of NATO's invoking of the Article 5.
9/11 is a point of demarcation because it threw us into a more uncertain world.
It wasn't just that NATO did something on the day, but the NATO that we live in now is the NATO that was created on the 11th of September 2001.